So a professor here in Idaho said, a law professor went, "That's not cool. And you have to turn over this stuff." So they refused to, and she enlisted the help of the ACLU, and there was a big lawsuit to force them to turn over and go public with the documentation of the process of lethal injection for these two prisoners because they had just buried that. Well, it went to court. They tried really hard to not have to turn over any of that information. They eventually lost, and a huge dump of information became public. And what we learned is that they were unable to get the drugs that they needed uh, in a conventional way. So, in Paul Ezra Rhodes's case, they found a compounding pharmacy in Salt Lake City that did a backdoor deal with them and sold them the drugs that they needed for $20,000. Yeah. Now, for whatever reason, that deal didn't work out again the next year when they needed lethal injection drugs again. And this time they went to Tacoma, Washington. So, two head honchos from the Idaho Department of Corrections, flew to Tacoma one evening, made a cash deal with a pharmacist who supposedly her business was across the street. They met her in a Walmart parking lot and paid her in cash $16,000 cash from a suitcase
Oh my
for this
God.
drug in order to execute Levitt. What? It's just
It was
insane.
so important to execute these men that they would do such clearly illegal and
Hmm.
iffy bullshit.
Hmm. Yep.
And
Clearly illegal.
there
Yeah.
was a lot of pressure around Paul Ezra Rhodes. I know there was,
Yes.
very famous murderer from
Hmm.
our area. However, if they didn't get the drugs, it wasn't like Ezra Rhodes was getting out of prison.
Mm-mm.
He would have just still sat there and rotted like he had for all those years.
Yes.
Man, that's just chilling.
It's really chilling because again, they lied. They have
Yeah.
been, and here's what's so crazy. While they were in court fighting this out and losing, they were also busy behind closed doors passing some new bylaws to try to prevent them from having to turn over this information in the future. That's really skeezy. It's just all really concerning.